Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I've got some of this thinner cardboard, and all I did was I put that as a template and cut out some pretty pumpkin, a little pumpkin shape on this cute fabric. And there's no insiding and out with this one. It's just strictly, sew it over the top, and we're going to stuff it. And if a person had a pinking shears, that'd be so cute for this one. I happen to not have one. Someday maybe I'll pick one up. That was totally in style, years ago. But maybe it'll come back. And so I'm just simply not overstuffing it, but I'm trying to make it somewhat flat, putting some of that fiber fill in there, and then you're just going to sew it up, and voila, you're done. I chose not to do anything to finish it off, like putting anything on it. I just wanted it as is. I think that the fabric is, speaks for itself, and you can decorate with this. And if you made a bunch of them with different colors, or use a white one, a black one, or something that pulls those colors together, that'd be really cute. This would look nice on a tiered tray too. Let's move on to DIY number 2. Okay, another buffalo check pumpkin. I noticed that I did all of them with some sort of buffalo check, but that's okay. I love buffalo check in many sizes, shapes, colors. And so this is simply a tube, and then we will finish it off. I'll show you how to do that. And so before you inside out the tube, you're going to gather the one end, and then you pull the thread and then tie it off. But I always want to go over it with something else too, because thread is so thin, you wonder if it'll bust. And so I did go over it with some of a little bit of it. It's not a yarn, but it's kind of a string. And so I did go over that a couple times just to kind of tie that off. And now that's going to go on the inside, and it'll become the bottom of the pumpkin. And then I did do the same thing to the top, because we're going to do the same technique of gathering. So do that first, and then we'll stuff our pumpkin. Okay, open it up, and I wanted something to put on the bottom, and these are like those rocks that you'd put in a fish tank or do some, decor with. Rice would work, rocks, whatever you have on hand, beans. And I just wanted it to sit up straight, because I know it's so light, it just would fall over, and that's okay too, but I didn't want this one too. And so I actually went through the whole thing, and I put these, the lines on the pumpkin. I just kind of went and did, one side and then another and another, and I kind of went through it like that and pulled the needle through the bottom. And then just put on your cute little piece of twig that you can get from Dollar Tree. They come for a package, and I've used them a lot. And then the little pip berries. If you see them, pick them up if you like this kind of style. I've got a few different colors now. I've seen them at Dollar Tree, and then Hobby Lobby carries them too. So got a few different colors, and you'll see me using them here and there in this video. And there it is. If you like it that way, you can leave it there. If you wanted more, you could totally add more. On to DIY number 3. Now this one was one of my very favorite ones. I picked up a package of napkins at Hobby Lobby, and so I've got plenty more. I just de-plied it down to the 1-ply and just cut a square piece of that same cardboard, that thin cardboard. It's not as thick as chipboard, and that's kind of why I'm calling it cardboard. It's part of a calendar, a a calendar that goes on a desk. And then just very carefully place that over the top of that. I did have a subscriber that gave me a tip on using some saran wrap and then, you know, covering it with the saran wrap so you don't rip it. And I forgot about using that, but that'd have been perfect to use this. And I did not put any Mod Podge over the front of this. I kind of wanted it dry looking. And then just brought back the edges and finished it off nicely. Now this is just a leftover piece from a paper pumpkin kit that something Stampin' Up! Has a subscription for cards. And you can see that there was words in there and they are popped up. It's like a gigantic pop-up. And so I'm using this to put that on there so it'll pop it up a little bit, and it's a nice way to use up your scraps. And then I always pick up, there was a square sign at Dollar Tree. I love those, and so I'm going to cover it with some more pretty buffalo check, and this is just the scrapbook paper that you can get at Hobby Lobby. And this is great because you just look at the lines and you can fold it till how it works, and everything turns out perfectly. I love buffalo check for that reason too. And just kind of wrap it like a gift. I'm just snipping the end so I can wrap that around the corner. It reinforces it and it protects it and looks so much cleaner and nicer when you get done. And I decided to just put some double-sided tape to put that paper on there. I will get like these things of double-sided tape at Sam's Club. And it's a lot cheaper than if you were to buy it, you know, singly. And then once you've got your creases, you know exactly where to put things in place and just tape it down. A glue gun would have, not a glue gun, a glue stick would have worked perfect for this as well. This was such a fun one. I'm just so glad I went with the second layer. So you see how I'm putting oh my goodness, my brain. So I'm putting another layer on, and so just going to use the Aleene's glue, the white glue, to tack that down. And then I just put more of that, and I did weight that down, and that way it dried really nicely and it was not going to come off. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't come up with the word burlap. So I put that burlap in the back and then just pulled out the string to fray the edges a little bit. I just love this one. And I like it. It's not too big, not too small. It worked nice on, you know, probably worked the best with other items around it. It's not quite that big. I want to say that that's probably a 6x6, the total. On to DIY number 4. This is another little cutie that I fell in love with. Okay, they have these pumpkins at Dollar Tree, and just pulling out that little stem, and I'm making the hole a little bigger, and you'll see why. And got my plaster Waverly, and I made a nice thick coat of that because I did not want the orange to pop through, because I'm using a sleeve of a sweater. And I think maybe that was, 10 inches that I cut, and just going to pull that around it. It worked out so nice. And then just tuck it in. And in the back, you could do the same and just glue that off. I had decided to just give it a little cover, so I cut out a circular part and popped that on there with some hot glue. And then using your sticks again, and then I did get out those very nice leaves that Dollar Tree has. The colors are very vibrant, and it's just popped really nicely against this cream colored sweater. Can you imagine the colors that you could come up with? Oh my goodness. I know colors shouldn't be pink, but I could totally see a cute pink one. And then the blue, that turquoise blue, for people who can't have all kinds of different things. And then these are just little berries that came on with the pumpkins. It also came, or the leaves, it also came with little tiny pumpkins. And then just gonna finish it off with a cute little ribbon. And I wished I had a bigger piece of ribbon, but this is what I had, and it still works great. I think it turned out super cute. And there it is. Another little piece that took not very long to make, and you can see how easy it is. So keep your eye out for some pretty sweaters of whatever color you want of your pumpkins. And now, last but not least, DIY number 5. This one is so fast. Pay attention because you'll know how to do this one. It's so easy. It is the toilet paper pumpkin. Just take a fat quarter, stuff it in the hole, and then you can use your little whatever for the stick. I decided to go with the stick. I didn't glue anything down. I just added it, and you are prepared in case 2020 the world comes back to that again. I think we're prepared anyway now, a little better. We've learned. So add some cuties and put it in the bathroom if you choose, and you are ready to go, literally, if you need to. No one will have to help you out if you don't have what you need in the bathroom. Thank you so much, my friends. Be sure to stop on to the next one. I got tons of ideas. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.